It's their nature that they are better. Look at the words. Let us make man in our image and after our likeness. How did the Caucasian come into existence?
Come on.
You can bring your scientists and we'll sit down.
Yes, right.
Because my teacher said, if you can prove one word that he taught us as false, he will pay with his life. And I am his student. I'll pay with mine because I believe in every word that he taught.
Yes, sir.
You're not a natural man. You're a grafted man with a birth control mechanism.
Yes.
Killing the darker, saving the lighter,
Yes,
marrying the lighter on to the lighter, killing the darker of the lighter,
Right.
marrying that on the lighter with the lighter until you get black, you get brown, you get red, you get yellow, you get white.
Yes.
And when the white man was made, his father was a liar, his father was a murderer.
Yes, sir.
So they are born with lie and murder in their nature. How do they lie so easily?
Yes, sir.
If you could read the record, the police records of what they say in their reports that they write,
That's right.
they have concocted lies to justify their murder of our brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir.
Why are the police quitting now? You should all quit. Because if your presence there thinks that you're going to come into the black community and do what you've been doing, you better quit.
Yes, sir.
The jump out boys better stay in the white community. Don't come where we live and jump out, because you may never get back in. Real talk now. We can't take it no more. We won't take it anymore. So you develop your vaccine. Mr. Dershowitz, listen to the words of God from my mouth for you. You're such a skillful deceiver. You deceived your brothers in the Senate to vote not to impeach Mr. Trump. You were very skillful. But see if you can impeach the wisdom of God.
Go ahead, dear minister.
You're Satan, masquerading as a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Satan, walking in full sight, deceiving whoever they can deceive.
Yes.
That's Satan. It's my job. I got it. Oh yeah. Oh, that's better. Oh yeah. No, I'm good. Y'all can see me, right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Greenblatt,
Yes, sir.
you're Satan. Those of you that say that you're Jews, I will not even give you the honor of calling you a Jew. You're not a Jew. You're so-called. You're Satan. And it's my job now to pull the cover off of Satan so that every Muslim, when he sees Satan, pick up a stone, as we do in Mecca. Did you hear me, Brother Abdul Malik? When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, sir.
Allah says, had had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are, on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are, if you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man. So, Mr. Dershowitz, if you bring the vaccine and say you're going to bring your army to force us to take it, once you try to force us, that's a declaration of war on all of us. You only have this one life. Fight like hell to keep it, and fight like hell to destroy those whose heart and mind is to destroy you and take your life from you. So yes, quit the police force, because the day of partying in the black community is over. Using our women for playthings, taking our young people, feeding them guns and drugs. And you are such a silly young man. You are out there killing one another. 18 in one day in Chicago. Do you think that you will escape the wrath of God? This is the last time that you will hear me. For a while. This is the last time that you will hear me for a while. Because you've treated me like a lovely song. We love to hear you sing, Farrakhan, but you won't do what I ask you to do. So I'm telling you that when you don't see me anymore, I'm fulfilling the Quran. I will not chastise them while you were among them. Once he takes me away from you, by whatever means he uses, death and destruction will come down on America and the world. China, you cannot escape. You're powerful, you're strong, but you're mistreating the Muslims. They are not your enemy. The way you think is becoming your enemy. You can't be a tyrant and live today. People are rising against all tyrants. So be careful, Mr. G. You may have a presidency for life in China, but be careful, because you are not the master of life. I represent the master of life. And when he gets tired of you, he will end your life. Same with you, Mr. Trump.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. The Jewish rabbis came to my home. Don't cut me off. I'm not lying.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Cut off the liar.
That's right.
Who lies with every breath.
Yes, sir.
Don't cut me off.
That's right.
One great rabbi said to me, it's not for you to criticize us. That's for me to do. In other words, nigger, He didn't call me that. But telling me at my dinner table that I don't have a right to criticize him. I don't come for you asking you for for authority.
That's right.
You didn't authorize me.
No, sir.
I'm authorized by a power bigger than all of you.
Right.
So he told me,
Yes, sir.
deliver the message.
Go ahead.
And if you do it not, you are not delivering the message. But if you do it, surely I will protect you from men.
That's right.
I have authority to say what I'm saying. So don't talk about here you're going to be president for life. You might be, but your life may be in the balance.
Man, all I know is that I like that last part. You know what I'm saying? That part. I'll take it back there. Hold up. What you said?
Tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man. And you are... No, I'm good. Y'all can see me, right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Greenblatt,
Yes, sir.
you're Satan. Those of you that say that you're Jews, I will not even give you the honor of calling you a Jew. You're not a Jew. You're so-called. You're Satan. And it's my job now to pull the cover off of Satan so that every Muslim, when he sees Satan, pick up a stone, as we do in Mecca. Did you hear me, Brother Abdul Malik? When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him, no. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, sir. Right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a path.
My goodness, that's that wood and stone stuff, you know. And I never really listened to it, but now I know when I understand that scripture when it says you worship wood and stone, and the Most High was just speaking. And even though they try to sabotage the book, but man, to be so blessed and to literally unseal that part right there was phenomenal. How many people caught that in a lifetime? Oh my God, how many people went to hell? We're literally in the last generation with that one. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness gracious. Whew. And this been your girl to talk with him. How y'all doing today? I had a alright day. You know, it's Thursday, tomorrow Friday. I'm not gonna lie. I've been just sitting back, thinking. Like, all these people are dying again. And I want to make something clear today. I want to clear something, okay? Because I think the only plague about this whole plague is adding and deleting. And because you had add and even you taught adding, you led your ass to a slaughterhouse. That's the plague. Because you did not receive the truth. And many of us didn't. But I'm so here to tell you right now. We know that these white people are killing us, okay? And they doing it so slick. You know, you looking for the vaccine and it's all along the test. So, you know, woe unto those who missed that. I don't know how many of y'all then had missed the memo, but according to the record, it's been billions. You know. And I've been stressing this right here, because yes, they try to compare 1918 to now. With the difference between then, we have technology. They have been caught with their fucking pants down. History, yes, has repeated itself, but apparently the last cycle never made it around or past the elect. The elect, in fact, in the cycle has awakened like no other time. It's what we need to understand. Now, what was unable to be seen in such a time like 1918, okay, you know, didn't have the knowledge that we have now. Knowledge has increased, you know, and we're able to, like, we seeing it, we hearing the cries. I'm able to put a whole bunch of things on the screen, and these are the things that we should be doing to observe and listen to the cries that are that had got to die alone. Look, let me tell you how important this is and how urgent this is, because they talking about the next wave and the next wave. Now let me remind the world again. The world is a drunken cup right now because of Israel. It's what you don't. And why this video right here is gonna be so much, probably more deeper than it has been. I don't know. I wouldn't say that, but just the thought of the times that we in right now. I'm gonna give you a great illustration. Trump is banning TikTok because everybody decided to make a video, or they bought tickets and didn't show up. Can you imagine that shit? And that was a bunch of kids. That was a bunch of kids that did that. He tight. He is tight. On a regular day, he'd be like, "Oh man, you lucky. You lucky I ran as Republican, because if I was running as a Democrat, I'd have been chewing you right now in pieces." The illusion that he's a Republican, I think, is hilarious. Me, personally, he's been a Democrat all his life. He's just schmuck all his life. Everything he has ever done, he always been asked to be the president. It's nothing new under the sun. But when he became the president, this is it. This is it. Not because I can't even answer that right now, because it's not. It's like it's still forming. I'll leave that for later. But so he's tight right now. Just look at him like a little kid trying to get his way. Can you imagine what he's feeling about black people carrying guns? Can you imagine that he's being exposed with this Kabbalah shit and all of them? Did y'all not hear? Ivana Trump, his baby mama, his ex-wife, used to human traffic. Listen to the shit that's gonna be coming out, and I'll make sure it come out. It come out, all out. And black people, let me tell you something. You just need to be black and go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on about your motherfucking business. Just be black in such a time right now. What the fuck are you holding on to white folk for? What the fuck is wrong with y'all motherfuckers? The little fucking Alice in the fucking Wonderland you have ever known is over. Okay? So Becky and Tyrone That's the type of motherfuckers that that. Okay, Tyrone and Becky. Okay, they out here doing the most in the name of Trump. They know damn well on a motherfucking regular day they not fucking with each other like that. But the hype is crazy. The front is real. I mean, the IQ is super low. I mean, on both ends, on super both ends. Like it's amazing when you see motherfuckers like Will Johnson approach a white man. Like he come to the white man age. See, the one thing I always told that man, bruh, them motherfuckers don't need you to protect them. They never did, motherfucker. When they was burning your ancestors' motherfucking ancestor shit down, and the first thing that motherfucker will probably say, well, um, you know, and I'll be like, get the fuck on, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because Will Johnson, he always wants to make shit. And every time I get the motherfucker talking to somebody, people out, the energy will call them out. I don't even gotta say nothing. Soon as I talk about a motherfucker, they always pop up doing something even more fucked up than the first time. So for this motherfucker's name to just, and he getting ready to do something. I'm still waiting, for him to admit, the thing I don't understand about him, he loved to be in Democrat white people faces, but he'll give the Trump supporters some lean, like those his BFFs and shit, and he's always trying to be like, you know, that's the problem. The white fucking Jesus delusion in their head that we're brothers and sisters. Okay, this shit is ludicrous. Now, I would love to tell you that, okay, you should love, but you know what? The fact that the same motherfuckers that love their enemy, they hate their own mother. Let me tell you something about these motherfucking black motherfuckers out here and these Trump supporters. And go check me out on. A matter of fact, I'm gonna put a few links. This is gonna be on me. I'm gonna put a few links in here. Okay. At the end of the show, on shows that I have been on, cursing motherfuckers out about this topic on their panels. Okay? To be real, to keep it a buck. Okay? I will bring the panel right here in the link. Look out for that. And cause being stupid is stupid. You can't change stupid. You feel me? But I will definitely love to see how these motherfuckers maliciously will say they hate their own mother. They will brag about being broken down by their president and their loved ones. Like that's what the Trump presidency shit was all about. Family and everybody just divided even more. And they just, you know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And out of both sides, okay? Because yes, everybody from the head has always been a fucking Democrat, right? So finally they get something that looks real, but ain't none of the motherfuckers real, and ain't none of the motherfuckers for nothing, not trying to give you nothing. They just trying to be motherfucking just who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of nobodies. A bunch of motherfuckers in your motherfucking land got you in captivity. And that's the fight. Because I always got to set the stage. You feel me? There ain't nothing peaches about this. Why should I keep fucking voting for my oppressors? For my a bastard that wants to hold us here in captivity through a fucking system. And they are in a stolen land. See? When people overstand this, and it doesn't even matter if it's motherfucking whatever or the case may be. When people realize where you really standing at and how they change history, because yes, Hitler said a lot of things, but the one thing he really said was when you go ahead and learn to see what he was fighting. We will learn to see that that is our fight as well, but even worse. Now, Hitler was a sick bastard, gradually. But the fact that he said words about God's chosen people and all this and all that, right? You know, so true. Because that is very, very true. God's jewels, you know. And he will start World War III from his grave. You know what I mean? I'm almost sure everyone who's finally to know has already learned that one, right? But the whole ordeal is this. So these Freemasons is what we really, really dealing with. You know, they are slaves to the Jews. You know, and I do have a video. I saved it because I know at some point I'm gonna put another whole nother link there from an invisible channel. You know, that's how I'm gonna start educating folks. You know, I'm just gonna just put videos on blank channels so like that you can go and chase the link down and go do some research, because that's the best way to stop being censored. You know what I mean? And that's why I do the things that I do, because this knowledge right here, if you only knew how they in a rush to exterminate us like nobody's business. And that first Holocaust shit was just a practice for them. They had a lot of gadgets in this shit. Go look that up. They did a lot. They put a lot of work in that shit, as far as like paperclip, super soldiers, MK control, all that bullshit. Okay, it's not a game. Everything we dealing with is not a game. Like, these politicians are not even real. They're fucking clones. It's not a game. Sometimes you think you fighting with something and it's just a fucking clone. But see, that's what they do. When these celebrities have been whatever they was, okay, they chip them and they harvest your energy. You probably think you still dealing with the same person. It's the same this, it's the same that, and it's a whole nother whatever. And you just like, you just the energy that, you know, a fan that they create. So they that's why you think when they want to do pandemics, they use these fucking celebrity clones. Because y'all love these fucking celebrities so much that they will lead your ass right into a slaughterhouse. It's like a kid chasing a piece of fucking candy. You know? But when you start chewing on it, you just, you know? And that, and the fact that, man, the world we live in, you know, and such times, people still want to vote. I'm amazed. How could you want to vote? What is the voting? What is the point of voting when we are? The land is here. The system is perishing. Okay, and they know that their time is up. You know what I mean? They know that their time is up. You know, I mean, like, we can start pulling out awards. Even the celebrities was telling you that shit. They were dressed in black. You know what I'm saying? Talk about time is up. You know, they know 400 years been up, and this time is probably that. Like I said, to reset this next one is gonna be harder than they think. It's gonna be harder than I think. We in the process of a reset. World War III, a silent war. Okay, so don't think that these motherfucking hospitals, like I said, I'm gonna keep talking about this shit. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you form. We need to get in these motherfucking hospitals, and we need to start saving our people, because this ain't no motherfucking, it is a plague. And you know what the plague is? My people will perish from a lack of knowledge. Ain't that some bullshit? You know why? Because you played with these motherfucking these religions. That's the only thing that can lead your ass to a fucking test up your nose. And all y'all could do is become crippled to yourself in your mind, get careless with yourself, just throw your body away all over these motherfucking honkies. Right now, I'm ready to brick somebody. You get the fuck away from you. Better get the fuck away from me. What? Say what? Who? You just my body. You better not motherfucking touch me. Don't touch me. This is my body. At such a time, there is no law. And they've been transgressed the law. They are lawless. Everything they have ever done to us. Pass these motherfucking laws in our sleep. All this fake ass system. We've been hijacked. And to come to find out, this is what the fuck they scared of. They know you are not their possession. You're not their goyim. You're not their property. They do not own you. Period. And this is when we can let this shit register, then they can back the fuck up. All the way back. Because obviously, men in black are letting their presence be known. With big guns just like yours. And you know something? The fact is, you know what? We allowed this government to tell us what to do every step of the way, and they clowning us. See, we didn't have this technology. Let me be clearer. Okay? Let me be clearer, because I'm not feeling myself right now. I don't feel clear enough. I feel like I'm talking in riddles and shit. Back in 1918, they got away with that shit. That was the beginning of their projects and their, their biometric, little wars, and they, been doing the most for geoengineering and all these things. Okay, it's nothing new under the sun. Since World War One, they made it rain. World War Two, MK control, paperclip, shit like that. Okay, nothing new. Now this is right here, the time that we live in here. Imagine all those things combined in one. With chemical weapons. You breathing that shit. You getting ready to be in chip. Your mind is already so fucking frequentized and fried from fucking 5G network at this point. And all y'all motherfuckers do is live on this shit. But you not educating yourself. So you empty. You walking around fucking hungry. Hungry for knowledge. Hungry, lost, and everything. But the greatest thing about us, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, you know who you are. If you are, finding yourself, thinking, different. You finally like saying, wow, because these are the times. Not only the signs and the rumors of wars and pestilence and earthquakes. Okay, get ready for a whole. Oh my goodness, let me tell you. Don't think for once they won't try to come in our homes late at night, y'all, okay? Don't sleep on that blackout. I don't give a fuck. Don't sleep on that blackout. First comes quarantine, then comes the motherfuckers in ropes through your windows and all kinds of helicopters. Don't fucking play with me, y'all. That's why you gotta get in front of these motherfucking hospitals and shut that shit down. And stop motherfucking letting Melinda and Bill Gates and all these motherfuckers walk and start hanging them for treason. That motherfucking simple. If not, then evidently they're getting ready to make a severe move, and they will not prevail. Because as long as we sound this alarm, I don't give a fuck if it's Thursday. Life ain't the same like once before. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know why they're not in these churches anymore? Because ain't nobody in them. Truth be told. You got the sinners that are just sinning, and you got the ones that they in the know, they in the truth. And the greatest thing about the next generation is, you know, that's the generation that probably won't even die. You feel me? That will be the generation to fight hardcore. Because this generation that's here is already moving different. Because we went from Obama fruity tooty days to motherfucking soldiers. So hold that. Hold that. And I always send out great energy like that. I speak life over that. I speak life to all my beautiful, handsome men. That these honkies dehumanized you. They've been doing it to our ancestors. I'm sorry for it. But you are not born like that. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not telling anyone to do whatever they're gonna do with their life. That's your prerogative. But I want to tell you that it is a mental disorder, and because even with us, everything that's going on with the earth at right now, we've all got Stockholm syndrome, some way, somehow. You know, it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell you right now, because when I've been around, and I've been watching them. I've been watching a lot of things, and I hear that community speaking. And I'm not gonna say where. I'm not gonna announce. I'm just gonna give you a little piece of how they feel, because if anyone ever came across this video, I want them to know that I respect you as a person, as a brother or a sister. Okay, I don't care what they created, what illusion they created for you. It's abominable. It's abomination. It doesn't fit with me. I'm not like that. But that's your battle. Those are your demons. I'm not gonna sit there and treat you any less like a human. If anything, I'm gonna love on you even more and tell you like they lied to you. Come back. It's alright. Repent. You know? But what happened was this word done got so corrosive. Everybody was just hearing great words and a good word on every other Sundays, and then they started mom dancing. Then they started throwing up kicks with thongs on, and back started coming out, and they started, doing the most. And in these little first door churches, they be shacking up. You know what I mean? Like and then the pastors, they got the nerve to convict you with that damn fake ass preaching, and you better be married, because if you're not married, you need to be married, and you need to get, and all this crazy shit, right? Next thing you know, y'all got a wedding, and y'all in that same as demonic as temple as church from hell, So then you got married, boom, Now, another thing is like alarming to me, because what would we consider these marriages as Christian marriages? Like I'm good. All these illusions, like what would be the true marriage? And see, this is how bad they have robbed us. We don't know who we are. We don't. How many of us? Most people get married in religion styles and all this illusion shit. What is a real marriage? What is that? Cause I mean, like, hello, I know a man and a woman join, but who has to bless that? Who does that? I mean, I know when you join with somebody and you have a child that becomes a one, but no, it's just crazy. Everything they say is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know you get your woman, you get your woman, you have your woman, you build your family, whatever, that's life, It's good. Nothing wrong with that. They dehumanize us. They make it seem like it's so the worst thing in the whole wide world. And then you can't even and the fact that, forget about these holidays. Even though they try to like, give you things to like, to dehumanize, they ain't nothing but titles and all this crazy stuff. the fact that we are so much better than that, you know? And they brought us down to a level beyond, you know, some kind of illusion shit there, you know? To the point where we feel so lost and so unbalanced, unchemical balanced. We can't even love our children right. We can't even love nothing right. We can't do nothing right without fucking suffering. You know? That's just the damn truth. That's the bottom line. And I'm never gonna be on here trying to sugarcoat any fucking thing. For what? For what? I'm not cloud chasing. Trust me. I believe you me. I'm not cloud chasing. You won't. I've had my moments, my beef on YouTube, on these motherfucking YouTube streets, and you will know when I'm pissed off at somebody, and you will know because I'm gonna make sure they come to my motherfucking panel. I'm gonna curse they fucking asses out, and I've been there, done it. We've made videos, we battle, but I don't keep that fuck energy around me. You feel me? It was just something that I went through. I went through that with like a psychopath. Because they so into Trump. Trump is a fucking poison, toxicity. The name, everything in it is so evil. It drives these fucking hunkies nuts. They go bananas, asses, fucking everything. You know what I mean? Every fucking thing you could think of. They want to fucking censor you. They want to be cool with you. They don't want your black. They don't love their fucking black friends. They just need votes, okay? They just want you. Listen, hey, dude, what's your GoFundMe? I watch your show because I'm an agent. I'm gonna police you, and all that fuck shit, right? And then when something black happen, right? These motherfuckers, instead of being black, they'll start off with they'll go there and they'll begin to talk about the black story, and then they'll go and they'll switch it around and start talking mad shit on the hood. I know motherfuckers is grimy. I know we don't get along. But why must you out of all things go and talk about black things, right? With a white ass panel. Because that's your motherfucking view. You know what I mean? And all you doing is condoning them to talk shit about your people. Like, in lack of knowledge. And these are the same motherfuckers that are running around there saying, are you a victim? I'm not a victim. I didn't go through slavery. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I'm free. I'm living my best life. Trump got jobs. He got this. He got it all. He's saving the children. All this fucking retarded ass shit that makes absolutely no sense. 2020, like I said, these motherfucking honkies will kill themselves in these streets over this reptilian right here. Okay? Now he's banning TikTok. Because the children order seats and then they show up to his motherfucking, to his rally. Fuck your rally. And to show you the truth, that should show you. And Biden think he gonna win too. That's why they came out with that Kanye West fuck shit. Oh, Kanye West gonna be the... Oh, yeah, bitch. Oh, wait, we didn't waste time to start posting. Remember motherfucking Kardashian? That bitch with blood all over her face. And how the fuck she with Aberina? What that bitch name? Aberina. Marina Aberina, some shit. That bitch from the motherfucking Spirit Cooking. Bitch, that's what you saying. So you want them bitches to be the president. I'm good. Fuck you, Kanye. And fuck your in-laws. The motherfucking honkies. Fucking trying to create Nephilims all over the motherfucking place. Feel me? But I digress. But they take advantage of that too. And it is all about that seed. So if they can have that seed and be the incubator for it, peep the game, okay? And then control that seed to control the other seeds is a big problem, y'all. Very big problem. That's me as a seed, and I'm mixed, but I'm that seed because you are your father's child. You're your father's seed. You know. So I'm gonna stay the fuck in my lane though. I'm either gonna fight for my people or I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fight for fucking human rights or I'm not. Human rights is the real word for it. You know? And they better not even come with that shit like, oh yeah, human rights is for everybody. Yeah. Too bad. Too bad motherfuckers don't practice that shit. They think of human rights, as, little itsy bitsy pieces here and there. See me? I think of human rights like this. This is my body, by law, in my spirit, that the body that I live in and the spirit that I carry, no white man gave it to me and no white man has the authority to take it from me. You understand me? Now that's cool. So you have to understand that your enemy is a murderer in such a season. And they masqueraded. This is not a fucking flu. But this indeed is World War III on your asses because you're dying in big numbers. Don't ever get this fucked up. They doing this shit in fashion. In fashion, man. They some bad motherfuckers. When I say they some bad motherfuckers, they need to be dealt with. And the nation should be smarter than that. But the nation is so fucking dumbed down. It's sad. Even their own white people believe this piece of shit right here and what's going on. To the point where he had to, throw a little freedom back in there because, you can't get the hunkies, man. You got to keep as long as my hunkies are happy, they're going to fight for me. They're going to play the cute game, fucking Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune and all this hunky shit that they got going on. Juggling people's lives is what the fuck they do. You hear me? Juggling people's lives. Murdering people to the core. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This shit should not be taken lightly. And that's why I'm going to get on here and I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it loud. Okay? So, our presidents, and all, not my motherfucking president, the white hunky, the one that got us in captivity, they're murdering us and our people in big, huge numbers. Okay? White people in these hospitals are psychopaths, and they are using professional tools in a professional way, murdering your ass. And they don't care what they gotta do to get rid of you, as long as the job is done. All they gotta do is put you in a garbage truck, dump your ass in a motherfucking any fucking burial. Okay? Can you imagine the money that black man was, that the black man they had digging up your grave? That's another thing. Black people digging up black people graves. You know what I'm saying? They making that money. You digging up somebody else's death, oppression. But you leading yourself into captivity. That's the logic in that. You ever heard that special saying, a thief rob another thief? It's crazy. That's how the world is. And these motherfuckers is killing people. And I want people to understand this. The government, these white people, and there's nothing new under the sun. Thing is, where's the military? Where is the military in this? Why does any of these people are even allowed to still be doing what they're doing? When you can help me answer that question, I'm gonna tell you why. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Oh man, yo, I gotta. Man, listen, I gotta put y'all on to the codes. You know, we've been hijacked a long time ago. Hijacked a long time ago. Hijacked a long time ago. You know, and they created this illusion around you. You've been, your ancestors been in here. You've been in here. You be like, we've been in here. We the fucking descendants, send us, the never ending descendants. At this point right now, the never ending descendants. Cause how many descendants that live, came, and died, live, came, and died. So which generation we up to now? You know what I mean? Which these motherfuckers is killing us in these hospitals. And I just want to get on here and ask folks, you know, if you can be mindful with me, keep this stuff right here in mind, you know, keep this in mind, keep this in mind, keep this in mind, okay? It's not a game. Now I want you to look at this. And for those of you in the army, you know exactly what you're looking at. Those of you been in the army, who got army 3D flashbacks, you know what this is. You know? Damn phone. And they put that shit in front of your face in such a way, looking real pretty right in front of your fucking face. You know?
I was not advising him. I was advising Akande Chilema. I spoke about the youths, how the youths are neglected. Edgar Lungu now has run to the youths. I spoke about the artists, how the artists are doing very well, but they don't have empowerment. Edgar Lungu carried 30 million to give the artist. Anything I speak, that's what he does. Anything I speak, that's what he does. Anything I talk, but I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to people of Zambia. I'm talking to people of I'm talking to people in opposition. I cannot give advice to a person like Edgar Lungu because he doesn't have the heart for the people. He doesn't love the people. So those of you that are close to him, those of you that he sent to come and watch me, even him, he watched me. He must stop following my advice. I don't give him advice. I spoke about Catholic. He's going to donate 1 million to Catholic. He want to be friend with Catholic. Why must he wait?
I tell you, boy, there's beef everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All the way from the motherland, they beefing. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we not alone. We not alone. Period. But yeah, you know, I'm showing y'all this right here on the screen. Okay? I want you to let this ponder on your heart and how they put it in pretty words, okay? How the pandemic is driving the Okay, observe event in history and rendering insights beyond revelations about. Look at that. Okay, digital transformation, a map for the path forward. Peep that shit. Organizations must use the lessons they've learned to build and deliver value to customers. A digital journey. Map helps prioritize digital initiatives, whatever, and plot a path forward. So they're really working on making new transhumanism. They not. This is how they doing lately. They kind of like struggling with it. Because they know if everything collapse, they don't know what to do anymore. They're like, if we collapse the economy, it's gonna be crazy. But they trying to literally convince the army to come and deliver those shits to you. Okay, Trump said it already. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, Trump wants the military to deliver vaccines to you. Yep. Because he think that, that's his personal army and shit, He thinks that, And another thing that happened to me today. Some girl had friend request me from the army. Let me go and get my Facebook real quick. It's just weird. Because out of all times, for a picture to be, okay. Now, there they go. Kim Kardashian and her Alberina. I took that shit. POTUS and FLOTUS 2020. Really? POTUS and FLOTUS 2020. Really? Oh my goodness, yo. Let me play my song real quick because we got some more T-Ray coming up. And oh my God, I logged in. My phone is about to be ringing. We about to have some guests on here whenever they start calling. You already know the wave. This is a new page, and when I do new pages, I get a lot of new people, and they just call in, and it's kind of fun to know that there's a lot of new people because it's fun. I like new people. I mean, I've my whole project started off with doing this, interviewing, just doing comedy with them, and then just everyone on my Facebook became family, you know. So, and now, when I talk, they listen. You know what I'm saying? So we did become a nice, great, wonderful family on that page. Feel free to follow any one of them if you like. But yeah, Tiny Micardo. This one right here is Locust. Locust. This one right here is Locust. But this page right here that I'm on is Tiny Micardo. So going back to this picture right here, okay? So the girl right here, where it says the name, this face right here came with an article. This is my other account. It's restricted. So anyway, I have an article in here that I just started reading out of nowhere today. I thought it was just random. It was actually heartbreaking. About this is the face of this right here. So thought it was just random that I would get a friend request like that and then a story like this will come out. I just thought it was really weird. So that just came across, and women in the army share sexual harassment stories using hashtag I am Vanessa. What's that? Hold up, y'all. Everything all right? Oh, watch it. Be careful with your head. But anyway, so this is gonna be the next trend. We're gonna have to be like, looking out for our women in the army. Times is rough right now in our country, and you know how white people, they love to rape. So that is their thing, and they have a lot of these things. You got a lot of different things going on in the army. With all this paperclip shit, DID shit going on. So it's sad. It's very sad. I have not yet begin to like actually read what it says. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. All I read was this part right here. But I just thought that it was weird that on my other Facebook I received a friend request. Like I said, this picture right here. And I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, at first, I was like, nah, that's an agent. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And then I said, well, fuck it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Cause that she remind me of my family. She remind me of myself. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I ain't think nothing of it. You know. But this is the next scandal that is trying to be noticed. Is struggling. So we have to um pay attention to that. You know, our women in the army are being mistreated and raped by men, or what kind of type of men we don't know, but that should be something that we should be trying to know. You know what I'm saying? And this is my new page. And next Friday my other page should be from it come out from being restricted. As y'all can see, my shit is restricted. Okay, restricted. Period. And then the other one just got restricted too. They be hating on me. Oh, we got a guess, y'all. We got a guess. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. We got a guess, y'all. Who's this? Oh, man. I can't even answer it. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. I don't know who this is. But, we will be having random guests on here. That was, I don't even know how to say his name. But I'm going to take this out of here so when he does call back, I can receive his phone call. We can see where he's from and what's popping in his area with the corona. You know what I'm saying? And my page is growing. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all about energy. I just put this shit up yesterday. And they already, they wilding. They be wilding on here. And I love doing that. I really do, because y'all can hear I'm tired in my voice. I really do love doing that because educating my brothers and sisters is helping us now in a lifetime. You may not see it. I thought I was never going to see it, but I started seeing it. I started seeing the difference, and I was like, oh man, it's good, And it's kind of like I was with them for a good 2 years. It was like I was prepping them for this moment right here with everything that was going on, because they wasn't trying to hear me. But when they was hearing me, they be all on my videos. They support. One thing I love about my brothers and sisters from Africa, the continent, they support. They will support you. You know what I mean? They wasn't into doing videos. Now they all into doing videos and they speaking up, and I'm proud of them. You know what I'm saying? Come a long way. Come a long way. I'm like, listen, hey, wait. Before you start motherfucking wanting to wear them tight jeans, let me show you something real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just don't fucking wear tight jeans. You do not want to be like the men in America wearing fucking tight jeans. Hell no. Hell to the motherfucking nah. They call me in my inbox. I just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? I just start dropping that knowledge on them. You feel me? I'm good. You know? I want to play my song though. And then we're going to come back and talk about this motherfucking thing right here. About this Tesla. Tesla shorts to Amaze, Amaz, whatever, first ever 20 billion bet against a stock. Now, this fake ass African right here, hey, you know what he did? He grew up in Africa just to scheme on the natural resources. That's what he became a professional at. That's what all these white people do, you know. You see them there, they scheming, you know. They've been just scheming on, you know, his dream was always to make rockets and, you know, to colonize Mars, you know, while he was just, masterminding the whole resources, natural resources that they have in the motherland. You feel me? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got some of that coming up, and a couple of other things that matter of fact, you know what? I want to play this real quick. I want to see what's the talk of the day from the white man, Mr. Rick Wiles. So you hearing it with me, you know, and it's fun like that because I love to express myself. I think as I go, you know. But anyhow, let's hear what he got to say. You know, I want to see what he's saying today because they doing the most. Probably stuck on that motherfucking 007 as John Epstein as Biatch. Yeah, probably. Let's go ahead and listen to this shit right here. What the hell is this? Supreme Mystery. Justice John Roberts found with blood dyed. What? Blood dyed skull. Sing a little louder, Christians. Must ignore Nazi ban on singing in churches. What the fuck? Yo, you can't make this up, yo. What's this? The white man that thinks he's a priesthood.
A news report from Fresno, California, courtesy of KSEE TV 24.
The worsening pandemic is once again affecting houses of worship. While people can still attend, the state is banning singing and chanting during religious services. CBS 47's AJ Cotto has the reasoning and reaction to the mandate.
I spoke to the executive pastor here at People's Church who says they'll be following the order but says singing is a major part of worship. California's dimmer switch on reopening plans is also turning down the volume. An updated health order states singing is now banned in houses of worship.
It's not just the preaching or the prayer or the coming together, but being able to lift our voices as the...
Yeah, I'm dying. Y'all, this shit got me cracking the fuck up, y'all. I swear to everything I love. You can't sing dogmas. They can't sing nothing. Check this out.
The Bible says is unto the Lord and sing together.
Brad Levy, the executive pastor at People's Church, says the mandate means that they'll be doing things a bit differently.
We will not be having congregational singing. We will still have a worship team that will lead in kind of an environment or an ambiance of prayer and worship, but not congregational singing.
The order came Wednesday as Governor Gavin Newsom announced plans to scale back reopening in certain sectors and areas.
We were able to bend the curve in the state of California. We're going to bend this curve again.
The CDC previously warned against singing and transmission of the virus. The new health order reads, convening in a congregational setting of multiple different households to practice a personal faith carries a relatively higher risk for widespread transmission of the COVID-19 virus. Activities such as singing and chanting negate the risk reduction achieved through 6 feet of physical distancing. Places of worship must therefore discontinue singing and chanting activities. Earlier this week, New Covenant Community Church immediately stopped in-person services after finding out someone who attended tested positive for COVID-19.
And every church out there they're autonomous. Their leadership is going through the same stuff that we're going through. And I would say, I'm praying for all those other churches that can continue to meet. I pray that they can. And I hope that this doesn't happen.
Places of worship now working to balance the community's safety needs with their spiritual ones.
I truly believe that the best days are to come. This isn't the end of the world as we know it. This is the beginning of something God's going to do in our community.
I spoke to several churches who continue.
Them motherfucking Gentiles, boy, they mad as fuck. They don't get it, bro. And I'm like, yo, you can't even sing. You can't even sing. And you know what I got out of that? That they preach that shit so good that they really know. And now here comes the slaughterhouse for them. You know, their slaughterhouse was like their own doctor. That's the sad part. I think this is a Christianity play. That's what I think it is. And I'm sorry to say, but I'm almost sure that because Christians are so blind, they're leading themselves to. Oh, I need some hot sauce on this. They're leading themselves to slaughterhouse, to the slaughterhouse, because of lack of knowledge. And as much as we want to go in there and save them, you know, that's another thing. These devils know they're only playing their part. How sad is that? How sad is that? They're only playing their part. It is a Christianity thing. I think like the ones who woke up, you better be blessed. And I hope you're striving. I know I'm striving. It's not easy, but when I say striving, I mean literally coming out of that whole thing, that whole illusion that some white man is gonna save you. And the minute you can get past that, then you can start thinking logically. So you're gonna say, if he's not gonna come save me, so what is the real deal? You better save yourself. And the Most High, they make it seem like the Most High is a man, or how can I describe it? They take this to a whole nother level. But when you come into the truth, it's only one way to cut their asses up, y'all. And I'm gonna be real with you, more really than ever, is to really be in the know. And I'm gonna give it to you raw. You need to be able to read the Bible like this. Let me show you. You need to be able to read the Bible like this. Watch this. Okay?
And they both are going to contradict each other. And they both are going to contradict each other. One Jesus is white and the other is black, proven by the scriptures. We're going to start with 2 Corinthians 11:4, Contemporary English Version. We told you about Jesus, and you received the Holy Spirit and accepted our message. Not God's message, their message. But you let some people tell you about another Jesus. You let some people tell you about another Jesus. So even back then, Paul was teaching what? There are two Christs. The people knew what? There were two Christs. It was the Christ that we told you about, and it's another Christ that somebody else is telling you about. Who is Paul teaching? The Gentiles. So the Gentiles were taught about a total different Christ than the Hebrew blacks. Now you are ready to receive another spirit and accept a different Christ, which is a different message, a different doctrine. He said you're ready to accept that. So that lets you know what? You're hearing something you never heard before. It's two Christs, right? And then someone has to explain the two Christs to you with scripture. One Christ was black sent to black people. Revelations 1:15. And Jesus' feet were like fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace. That's black. aka brown, right? And then, what do they say his hair looked like? Wool. So, when the Bible is talking about sheep, it is talking about people with woolly hair like sheep, which is black people. When the Bible is talking about goats, it is talking about people with straight hair, which is Gentiles. Right? And I'm talking about the European or Asian Gentiles. Matthew 15:24. Then Jesus said, I was only sent to help God's lost sheep, the house of Israel. I was only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He gonna lie and say he was sent to the world now? So you got this black Jesus with woolly hair, that's nappy hair, whose feet were like fine brass burned in a furnace. Blacker than the tents of Kedar, they say. And this Jesus was only sent to his black people to help them. He wasn't sent to the world. He wasn't sent to die on the cross. You gotta know. So this is a whole different Jesus preached out of the same book. You can't call me a liar because you can see it right there and you can look it up for yourself. The other is white, sent to white people. How do we know he white? This one is black with woolly hair and this one is white. Galatians 2:15. We are Hebrews, says Paul, by birth and not sinful Gentiles. Not sinful Gentiles. Gentiles who are sinners. Right? Because the Hebrew was created, says the book of Job, upright. The Gentile was created, said the book of Genesis, crooked, wicked, and crooked, born in sin. We wasn't born in sin, we were born upright as Hebrews. So we know this Jesus is white. Ephesians 2:11. Therefore remember that formerly you are Gentiles in the flesh. So Gentiles are sinful and Gentiles are in the flesh. What does that mean? Hebrews are of the spirit and they circumcise. Gentiles are of the flesh and they uncircumcised. Romans 8:3. God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh. See, the Hebrews just said we're not the sinful Gentiles. And you just read the Gentiles are in the flesh. So this Jesus being preached right here is white. The bronze burnt nappy head one is black. It's common sense. I'm not adding, subtracting, or speaking conjecture. We all can read. Go do your research. The black Christ only went to his own black people, Matthew 10:6. And he said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Go nowhere near the Gentiles or the Samaritans, says the black Christ. So that means that Jesus could not be Gentile. I say it again.
And that means the Gentiles been torturing him ever since. This has been going on forever. You know? And what we need to understand is that whatever we learned in these front store churches, man, they did a number on our heart, did a number on our learning. Every DT you have ever learned, you gotta throw it all away. And I'm gonna help you. Just whatever you already know, I'm gonna help you. If you are Israel, then you will hear God talking to you. Period. There are a lot of people out there that claiming Israel, but they not hearing God talk to them. Because they got this whole next new religion going on. And that don't got nothing, still don't got nothing to do with how the Most High Yah been talking. And even though they dismantle this information. See, if you are The seed is supposed to be unsealed to you. Obviously, if it's not unsealed to you, you still double-minded, which is very dangerous. Hot, lukewarm, cold. They took lukewarm to a whole nother level. You know? Lukewarm to a whole nother level. To the point where how many people can say such a beautiful prayer until you say in Jesus' name? Oh my goodness to the gracious. It is so bad. It's like hitting the water. Let's say you throw a rock inside the water. The rock is going as you praying. And it's going until you say in Jesus' name. The rock just stops and it falls. And disappears. All in the name of religion. You know, we are suffering in the name of religion. I think that's very important because even to hear Pharaoh Khan and all that Muslim stuff, I'm telling you, it is deadly. I don't know. I don't know. He may want to sound like a warrior, like he's some god or whatever he think he is. But I tell you right now, I don't want to be nothing like that when I grow up. That's for sure. You know. And look, they still struggling to go in these front store churches. That way, like I said on my videos plenty of times. This next wave determines on your worship. Who you worshiping? What are you trying to worship? Time is up. You know, you're supposed to be working on your salvation in fear and trembling, and you're supposed to be very diligent and vigilant, and you're supposed to be eating meat. Okay, you're supposed to be eating. I'm talking about. I'm gonna talk about when I say meat. I mean like literally meat. You know, by now all men should be rising all kings should be rising with the queens. Kings and queens should not be doing nothing other than rising. Period. That's cold. By the way. Kings and queens should be doing nothing but rising. And how important it is for a man and a woman of color to come on one accord. And when I say of color, because okay, when I say color, I mean color. We come in all shades. That is a fact. That is a fact. And it's all about a seed. Always been and always will be. Always all about a seed. And that's how the Most High is definitely going to identify his own through a seed. The seed that he gave you. It's all about a bloodline. If you talk to me and I don't see or hear no fruits, I don't give a fuck what you think you are. Because there's a light switch in everybody at this time. Everybody is officially awake. And there's some people that are still waking up. But for some reason, and it's not even about the conscious community. Because I think that was just a bunch of men growing up, and just, there is a lot of gifted people, There is a lot of stars out there But when they start mixing that shit up, it becomes crazy. You know, they get so deep into ancient stuff and they become too conscious. You know, it's like I tell you, motherfucking Christian, you so heavenly, you no good for earth. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Let the usher your ass the fuck over there somewhere. You know, that's how I used to be in church. Just because, and that's how I knew that shit was fake. Cause I was always ready to fight in church. I mean, what the fuck is this? My sister was always fighting. That's another story. My sister got married, went in there. She got married, then I don't know what happened. She was in the mime dancing. She was so evil when she was mime dancing. Them poor kids. And she was telling them to dance and shit. And she did something so good that her rib collapsed. I said, "Ooh, jeez, damn." Her motherfucking rib collapsed. She was in the hospital after that. And I don't know what she had did to my niece. She called herself trying to beat her some shit. Cause she didn't get the step right for the mom dance. I said, what kind of bullshit is this? These motherfuckers crazy. I said, well, I'll be damned. You know, when I was a kid, I danced for dance class, fashion show, stuff like that, you know. But that shit was a little too much for me. You know, I was like, hold up, you know, I got to go. I got to go. I can't, cause I'm ready to fuck her up. You know. Plus, you know, I was like, man, but when her lungs collapsed, that shit saved her. See, I was a bitch. See, back then, my twin sister had just died, and her kids was like, you know, that's my best friend. She died, you know, and I was ready to fuck some up for her kids. I didn't give a fuck who it was, you know what I'm saying? And my sister had custody of them, but I helped her raise them. Fuck that. They're my babies, you feel me? But, so when her lungs collapsed, her one lung, I said, bitch, that's a good thing. Because I was ready to kick that shit in, you know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't have to touch you. And not that I wish that on her, because I wouldn't wish that on nobody. But it was just weird how it happened. You know, you know. And all I want to do is punch her man in the face. I stressed her out with that, you know. Because he, you know, I was just, oh my goodness. But anyway, that was just a little flashback, you know what I'm saying, on the church scenery. And, you know, my sister, it's funny because she was going to church faithful and everything, and she was dancing. She said dancing saved her. That shit didn't save her because her ass back out there in the motherfucking bars. She let her motherfucking bars. And she be doing her. Now, I'm not judging her. I don't judge nobody. I'm just using a testimony. You know, it is what it is. It's part of my life because it fucked me over. It stressed me out. You know what I'm saying? And it affected my life drastically. But it was all good. You know what I'm saying? She wound up dating some married man. You know what I'm saying? When she dated his ass, this what happened in church. You feel me? So she wound up, you know, breaking somebody's house up along with her house. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, I seen this shit before it happened, word for word. I said, you gonna go to jail for this man, man. You gonna lose every fucking thing behind this fool. And surely behold, she did not want to listen to me, and that's exactly what happened to her. So let me tell you how I got jacked up. I had all her kids. And my kids, her kids, my twin sister, my dead twin sister kids. So that's how I got jacked up. You see, that's how that shit fucked me over with the church shit. You feel me? So of course I took care of my babies. It was nothing. I held it down, POP. Nothing like me taking her some money, drop her motherfucking money off, do her thing, go get her fucking lawyer. I've done everything. She gonna go and fire the fucking lawyer after I hired him. I'm like, bitch, I came on here on E. You feel me? I came on all the way over here on E. And you know what I'm saying? And I was third shift, and I had your kids, like my kids. What the fuck, bitch? You crazy, son? My time is precious. She gonna go and fire the lawyer. So, and that, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't help it. I'm just one. I go in there and I try to keep it cool, and she start getting ungrateful, and then I just go ham on her, and I just leave and everything, bitch, fuck you, and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Unlike her, when my ass is motherfucking locked up, and I'm trying to, like, you ever heard like Bob had a baby, it's a boy type shit? Remember them days, cop hit with the collect calls? That was me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Call what you call it. Call this motherfucker for me. Cause I can't ask my motherfucking family for shit. You feel me? I always have my motherfucking people. Fuck out of here. Always been on top with that one. You know what I'm saying? Always knowing lots and lots and lots of amazing people. Surround myself with great energy. People that was always about wisdom, knowledge. You know? And that alone speaks for itself. Because anybody with wisdom, knowledge, they don't struggle. They do not struggle, and they're very peaceful. You know what I mean? They're very peaceful people. They stay to themselves. All they do is preach and teach and guard their territories. Okay? Just the fuck the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, you know, here we are. You know, with this fucking pandemic shit. And they're really, really struggling not to let us breathe. I think it's funny with the church thing. They don't want you to sing. I laugh at that. Because I'm like, shit. I mean, they so trained in the head. The first thing they gonna be like, you know, this is the Antichrist. You know, they just be running around there with that bullshit, you know. You can show them a video like this. Look, I'm gonna show you right now. And they still will be like, nah, look. These motherfuckers is crazy. The whole plan. I'm gonna give you the whole plan from like maybe 19 hold up. Let me see. Let me see how old this shit is. Let me go on my notes. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Give me 1 second. I'm about to give you the rundown right now. Right here. Boom. Wait. Come here. Hold up.
The plan is to create an apocalypse that will exhaust and depopulate the masses through deadly designer viruses, global terror, economic disasters, and nuclear war, when the remaining survivors will gladly embrace the promises of a handsome, charismatic new leader who will unveil his plan of hope for eternal world peace.
I'm Colonel Lauren Erickson of the Department of Defense Global Emerging Infections Surveillance and Response System, also known as GEIS. Our mission is to detect, monitor, and respond to infectious diseases that threaten our military personnel and their families. We're actively monitoring cases around the world. By now, most of you have heard about coronavirus.
The Department of Defense is acting to protect you and your family in the event of a pandemic. You need to start thinking about what you will do if the services you depend on are not available. Imagine the effects on your family and community if hospitals are overflowing, if schools, banks, and post offices are closed, if services such as telephone, water, and power are disrupted. Stores may close or have limited supplies. You may not even be able to rely on public transportation. Consider that the ability to travel, even by car if there are fuel shortages, may be limited.
In the 1950s, a weapon was invented that has become more powerful than America's deadliest weapons of mass destruction. It is the weapon of mass deception, and it is right in our own living rooms. The hypnotizing world of picture television brings us the news of the world through two central news agencies called Reuters and the Associated Press. The Rothschilds bought Reuters in the 1800s, which later bought the Associated Press and made the Rothschild family owners of the world's largest central news services. To the present day, the world depends on these Rothschild-owned central news services as their main source of news and information. In his book called Who Owns the TV Networks, author Eustace Mullins claims that the major TV networks, radio stations, newspapers, and publishing empires are controlled by the Rothschild, Rockefeller, and J.P. Morgan money cartels through their corporate conglomerates. The bankster-owned media conglomerates include weapons manufacturers General Electric and Westinghouse, which profit from promoting wars. Control over the internet, publishing, recording, and top cable companies can be traced back to the same Big Five media empires: General Electric, Time Warner, Viacom, Disney, and News Corp. These media monopolies are owned directly or indirectly by the Rothschild, J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, and Oppenheimer Brotherhood. Yes, there are now more stations and more media voices, but they're all coming from the same ventriloquist.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, you know the rest. Well, I scream, you scream, you know the rest. I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
Got it.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, we all know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, well, you know the rest.
I scream, you scream, you know the rest.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
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 A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a...
The plan is to create an apocalypse that will exhaust and depopulate the masses through deadly designer viruses, global terror, economic disasters, and nuclear war, when the remaining survivors will gladly embrace the promises of a handsome, charismatic new leader who will unveil his plan of hope for eternal world peace. He will sell his peace plan by telling the world that border wars will only end by creating a world without borders. Religious wars will only end by creating one world religion of interfaiths. Economic wars will only end by creating a cashless, debt-free society. Rivalry wars between rulers will only end by creating one world ruler. The tools used for war, from handguns to nuclear bombs, will be eliminated, and one world army will be created, which will guarantee world peace. How will this eternal peace plan be accomplished? Through the United Nations, which is the brainchild of the Committee of 300 Ruling Families. The UN is their vehicle for world government and is located on 18 acres of prime Manhattan land donated by the most visible of the ruling families, the Rockefellers. The UN is a closed organization with no public records or open meetings. U.S. taxpayers have already invested $2 trillion in this world authority. Although most of the people working for the UN are genuinely working for peace, the UN is a godless organization controlled by the Committee of 300. These inbred ruling families pretend to have royal blue blood, but their blood is no more blue or royal than Hannibal Lecter's blood. Some speculate that these families of evildoers are demons or aliens or evil shape-shifting reptilians, but there is a more scientific explanation for their madness. For thousands of years, these families have practiced inbreeding between sisters and brothers, uncles and nieces, mothers and sons, to keep the power and wealth all in the family. This practice of inbreeding over thousands of years has produced a clever but pathological breed of conscienceless, sociopathic families who will stop at nothing to own every ounce of gold, every drop of water, and every blade of grass on planet Earth. The United Nations, which they founded and control, has clearly stated its goals of establishing a new world order, a UN standing army, and a global taxation system. The Queen's husband, Prince Philip, and Evelyn Rothschild have already established an interfaith declaration for the creation of one world religion. What would life be like in this world empire with one world religion, one world army, one world economy, one world court, one world media, one world government, and one world dictator? What the public doesn't know, peace on earth will be a forced peace in which citizens will have no rights. No right to bear children without approval, no right to travel without authorization, no right to own private property, no right to privacy, no right to bear arms, no right to protest, no right to receive an inheritance, no right to choose an education or a job or even a place of residence, and worst of all, no right to live. The right to live will be based on an individual's rating of usefulness to the royal elite. In this planned world without borders or nations, citizens will be disarmed of all weapons, including handguns, and will have no means to protest, fight, resist, or challenge this one world authority who will control them spiritually, economically, and militarily. Every human being will be electronically tattooed and will become helplessly dependent on this one world authority for all of their most basic needs. The masses will eventually be taught to bow down and worship this one world dictator who will rule the entire world from his eternal throne in Israel.
They have waited for him. They believe in him. They expect he will heal the world's ills. Some say he is the Messiah, finally returned. But this man is not a savior. He is the king of terror who will usher in the end of everything.
Despite all the red flags, many people deny that a problem even exists. It does exist, and the good news is there are solutions. The solutions lie in knowing what the three biggest fears of the world's ruling families are. The first biggest fear is exposure. They have gone to great lengths to cover up their trail of crimes and to win the public's trust through their media monopolies. Without public trust, their ancestral plan for global control is doomed. Their second biggest fear is losing public support. If the public stops cooperating, their plan is guaranteed to fail. Their third biggest nightmare is organized resistance by an informed and fearless public. The ruling families know from past experience that the will of the people can defeat all their military and monetary might. Vietnam is a perfect example. There is no doubt whatsoever that these ruling families can be totally defeated by turning their three worst fears into a reality. The plan is to create an apocalypse.
And that's how that goes. In the end. I like the end. And all that shit. And it won't go as planned. And you are fucking doomed and gloom and bloom. Because if black people leave the army and come and be the army, oh, they fucked. Period. And that's the best thing that's happening right now. It's like the Most High heard my prayer. You don't understand, like, I can, show you videos. Like, I'm going to show you a video right now of me crying. And I'm still crying because this was like prophecy. Like, when you have a vision and it's crazy. Let me show you some videos. Hold up. Let me go ahead and play a song. I'll be right back. Matter of fact, yeah, let me play a song real quick. Y'all already know I play my shit. Y'all play my shizit. Let's play this today. I need some more music. I'm about to get some more music going. Give me a couple of more days.
Supreme Cloud Sound Maker.
Christopher Columbus came here 1492 to the north, yeah. Christopher Columbus was an Italian master, yeah. Navigator complete for Fiogas across Atlantic Ocean, yeah. Now ways for European exploration, exploitation, yeah. and the colonization of America. Yeah. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, with chips by the way whereof I speak unto thee. You shall see them no more, and they shall be sold unto your enemies, for both men and both women. Yeah, and no man can buy you, 'cause you are king and you serve the living God. Yeah. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. The mighty God, even the Lord has spoken.
You know, like we don't already have enough of that. You know what? Where you educated? Where you went from?
And out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, yeah, gonna shine.
Because when they force you, tell you by law, you have to give a head count in your house for resources. What kind of resources, huh? Like I said, Gilligans and coffins. Bitch, get the fuck on. And y'all bitches that promote this shit, I'm telling you, fuck Cardi B, fuck all of these motherfucking celebrities from hell. You hear me? Fuck them. Period. And I ain't playing with y'all, cause I'm tired of dumbass folks. Like you ain't already been dumbed down. Like we ain't already been dumbed down. You know? Sucking up all this 5G, killing us. You can't. Most motherfucking people dying in the hospital because they got too much GMOs in their damn system. Because they drink too much Coca-Cola. Because they drink shit they ain't got no business drinking. They eat shit they ain't got no business eating. Then they wonder why they can't breathe. Then they wonder why this shit that they call virus, that shit is a dust infestation. You know? And I'm upset because I'm sick and tired. If we don't get on here and we don't start warning the people, what are we good for? What are we good for? What are we good for? You want to warn the people? You bitches out there are still dreaming about resources? Bitch, haven't you got the memo yet? You are going to a FEMA camp. Hard-headed ass bitch. This bitch that I watch this bitch on a daily basis be stupid. Bitch, I hope that I send a shockwave up your ass. Bitch, because if the shoe fits, wear it. Bitch, 1 minute you're crying, the next minute you act like you're fighting. What are you fighting? The air? The air? Leading folks a damn straight. You, Cardi B, fuck all of y'all. All of y'all. You know? Y'all think Cardi B is the shit? Cardi B ain't shit. Never was shit. Never will be shit. She the scum of the earth. Period. Cause she could do a rap song to have you shaking your ass out there, talking and looking retarded like her retarded ass. Y'all bitches got me fucked up out here. And I'm steady here. I be like, you know, dead ass talking real shit. And bitches just be looking at me like, shit crazy. No, y'all bitches is crazy.
And there were like 18 people running. You know, what I said is, if I don't win, I tried hard to win.
Y'all think
I will
everything
endorse
bad is so good for
the
y'all.
Democrat who
No
wins
shade.
because
This is
Donald
my struggle
Trump
out here.
is, to
This
my
is my struggle.
mind,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
most dangerous
Take it from a
president
bitch
in the
that
modern
was,
history of America.
Including this one, which
going
will
through the
unquestionably be
utmost
picked up by me.
everything in her
And there were like
motherfucking right.
18 people
Bitch, y'all
running.
bitches ain't saying
You know,
nothing
what I
about
said
some
is,
old.
if I don't
You think
win,
that being a
tried
rapper,
hard to
you
win,
made it? That bitch
I
ain't
will
make
endorse
shit. She
the
more
Democrat
trapped
who
than
wins
us.
because
That bitch got
Donald Trump
handlers waking that
is,
bitch
to
up,
my
dressing her.
mind,
When
the most dangerous
her and her
president in the
motherfucking
modern history of
husband
America.
Including this
Offset.
one, which will
That's why that bitch
unquestionably
name is
be picked up by me.
Offset. Off. That nigga's off. Offset. You know? They showing y'all what they want y'all to see. You don't know what fucking MK Control Ultra is. You don't know what Paperclip is. You don't know what the stupid shit they do. Huh? You don't even know the music, the beats in the 432 hertz versus 440 hertz. While y'all souls is so turned inside out like puppets. Zane was a great musician. That's what he was. And I'm so angry. And I apologize for being angry. What the hell, man? Me and our last seconds, that bitch is still on the post.
States' sacred promise ruling threatened. This is True News. I'm Rick Wiles. There were two major Supreme Court decisions today. First, Oklahoma. The United States Supreme Court ruled today that the eastern half of the state of Oklahoma falls within the Muskogee Indian Reservation. The reservation originally encompassed 3 million acres, including land that is now much of the city of Tulsa. The court's stunning ruling threatens to throw the state of Oklahoma into political chaos. The ruling means that for the first time, much of eastern Oklahoma is legally considered reservation land. More than 1.8 million people live in the land that's now at issue, including 400,000 residents of Tulsa, Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma's second largest city. The Muskogee Nation issued the following statement, quote, "The Supreme Court today kept the United States' sacred promise to the Muskogee Creek Nation of a protected reservation. Today's decision will allow the nation to honor our ancestors by maintaining our established sovereignty and territorial boundaries. We will continue to work with federal and state law enforcement agencies to ensure that public safety will be maintained throughout the territorial boundaries of the Muskogee Nation." Now, the second big decision was in favor of the federal prosecutors seeking to obtain access to President Donald Trump's private and corporate tax records. The U.S. Supreme Court on Thursday firmly rejected President Trump's argument for sweeping presidential immunity and ruled that a New York federal prosecutor can obtain his financial records, but the court prevented, at least for now, the Democratic-led House of Representatives from getting similar documents. Both 7-2 rulings were authored by conservative Chief Justice John Roberts. The court made it clear that a sitting president cannot evade a criminal investigation, ruling that the subpoena issued to President Trump's long-term accounting firm, Mazars LLP, for various financial records to be turned over to a grand jury as part of a criminal investigation can be enforced. Doc Burkhart and Edward Zoll are eager to comment on today's two stunning court decisions. Joining us later in today's True News will be soul winner Mario Murillo, who will have lots to say about the coronavirus shutdown of churches, the California ban on singing in church, and the Marxist eradication of America's history. Gentlemen, okay, Doc, you know,
Rick, right? If on Monday of this week,
we do this all the time around here. We're always saying, now, a year ago, if I told you that this was going to happen, but forget about a year ago, if you would have said to me yesterday, Rick, tomorrow, your lead story will be the Supreme Court gave half of Oklahoma back to the Muskogee Indian tribe, I would have said, Doc, what wine bottle did you get into? All right. This is stunning.
It is.
It is absolutely stunning. This came, you talk about something coming out of the blue.
It's been working through the courts for several years now, and it's based upon a rape case, a Native American that had been convicted of a rape back in the late 90s. And the argument was made that the rape occurred on reservation territory.
Therefore, it needed to be tried in reservation courts.
Or at least a federal court or something, because the state of Oklahoma, their argument for the lawyers for this particular individual said that where the rape occurred and the jurisdiction that arrested him and everything, that was not, that it was reservation territory, basically.
Therefore,
except it wasn't what we consider regular reservation.
Therefore, the law enforcement agency that arrested the suspect didn't have authority to arrest him. Therefore, the entire trial was invalid. That was the basis of this case that reached the Supreme Court. But the ruling is stunning, Edward.
It's far-reaching. It's a template, not just for other cases in the state to be overturned, but any tribe now that now has to, and let's say they look at re-examining some of the treaties which were settled with the United States and then broken, let's say, by the United States, they now have an avenue, according to this case, to pursue not just justice, but land itself.
Yes. I mean, you have a Supreme Court ruling that says that the original federal government treaty with the Muskogee tribe is still in effect, and that the boundaries were never altered in 1907 when Oklahoma joined the Republic as a state.
Yes.
That's really what the issue is.
Yes.
That the boundaries remained the same, that when Oklahoma came into the Union in 1907, or was it 05, 07, something like that, that the boundaries of the reservation were not altered by the U.S. Congress when the Congress accepted Oklahoma into the Union. And therefore, that land, which is now all of eastern Oklahoma, is still Muskogee tribal reservation territory.
And this could lead to overturning nearly 2,000 cases over the past few decades of even some really dastardly, heinous crimes that would have occurred because the argument is this is reservation territory. It's subject to, therefore, reservation law and federal law. But there are no federal charges. These were all state charges. So the argument is these were state charges. The state did not have jurisdiction. The reservation had jurisdiction. And, it's unlikely the reservation is going to, retry these cases along that way. And so basically all these cases will likely be overturned.
Doc, Edward, let's walk through the political ramifications, the legal, the financial ramifications. Do we have a map of the part of Oklahoma that is in the reservation?
Yes, we do. It's number 6. This is right here. This is the 5 tribes.
Right.
So the Muskogee Creek tribe, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Seminole, and
Choctaw
are part of the Creek Nation. This is eastern Oklahoma. And you see as Tulsa is marked there as being right on the border between the Muskogee and the Cherokee territory. Oklahoma City, of course, is outside of it, barely. But that's the territory.
Part of Tulsa is in it.
Yeah, basically the southern half of Tulsa, which includes, by the way, Oral Roberts University. And so,
well, Oral Roberts would have been happy, Doc.
Yes, because it was Cherokee.
It was Cherokee, yes. So
he would have gone along.
So if you're in Oklahoma and you live in this region, you are no longer a resident of the state of Oklahoma.
In fact, Justice Samuel Alito asked that very question in the proceedings. He said, "Won't residents be surprised to learn that they're living on a reservation and that they are now subject to laws imposed by a body that is not accountable to them in any way?"
Okay, so, Doc, if they're in the reservation, they're not part of the state of Oklahoma anymore. They're not, those county lines don't mean anything.
It's true.
The county governments don't mean anything. The county commissioners, the city councils, the mayors, they're all illegitimate government agencies. The county tax collectors, the county and city planning and zoning departments.
If you take this out,
the sheriff's office.
Right. If you take this out to its extremes, that's what it means.
All the sheriff's offices are now invalid in the eastern part of the state. If the Creek Nation, which represents those 5 tribes, if they hold fast to the ruling, they will be able to claim ownership, sovereignty, rulership over that part of Oklahoma. They'll be able to redesign the state, that territory. They could abolish the counties, abolish the cities, elect new leaders. What if Okay, so if you're a member of a tribe, can you run for office?
If you extend the logic of this out all the way, which undoubtedly someone's going to, then that's the case, Rick.
No, you can't if you're not a member of the tribe.
Right, you wouldn't be able to.
That's what I'm saying.
What I did read today, because we're seeking wisdom on this, because I think it shocked most people. People thought this was not going to come down in the way it did. There is no blood requirement similar to other nations. So technically, if you live in that territory in eastern Oklahoma, you could join that tribe.
But you're not, just by being there, you're not a member of the tribe.
You're technically now a non-tribal member living on...
Oh, you're Palestinian.
You're like a Palestinian. Well, in America.
Oh my.
But you at least got protection of the federal government here.
Is the Lord doing to America what America has done to Palestine? 1.8 million people in Oklahoma just became Palestinians.
Did the Lord balance the scales all of a sudden here?
How many Palestinians are in the West Bank?
At least several million. I don't know the exact number, but at least
it's much more than the population of Israel. It's 8 million. I believe it's upwards of maybe 20 million that are in the entire block. You include Gaza and the West Bank.
Look, I'm not gloating over this. I'm trying to put this in perspective. If you live in eastern Oklahoma, today you're no longer an Oklahoma resident. You're now a citizen of the Creek Nation. That's what the Supreme Court ruled today. And I'm not condemning the court. They upheld
a promise
treaty.
Made. Yes,
and it was a treaty made after the Trail of Tears. That's I learned reading about. Wait a minute. This treaty was actually a consolidation after a horrendous act carried out in the Creek Nation by the United States government.
The Trail of Tears were the Cherokees that left the Carolinas, the East Coast, and a horrible exodus across America. What was done to the American Indians, the tribal people, it was wrong.
Right.
And this is amazing what's going on, Doc. I'm trying to digest this spiritually. Do we have the slide of the tribal leaders of the Creek Nation? Okay, so there is the principal chief, David Hill. He's a member of the Depew Church of God. Let's look at his deputy chief. Second chief, Del Beaver. He's the associate pastor of the Native Stone Baptist Church
in Sapulpa, Oklahoma.
Now here's what I'm saying to you folks. These two tribal leaders are born-again, Bible-believing Christians. And God answered their prayers today for justice. That's what happened, Doc. God answered their prayers. They were praying, Almighty God, our people were cheated out of our land.
Rick, what happens if those two, primarily the principal here, say abortion is illegal in this territory now? We're not going to carry it out anymore. You're not going to be able to kill children in the womb.
Well, the feds would say that federal law, and we don't have an abortion law. There is no abortion law.
Right.
Okay. We just have an invisible right to kill babies.
That's in the Constitution.
Yes, but it's not there.
Right.
Okay. The feds would say federal authority rules the Indian tribes. Okay. But it would be an interesting test case. Let's see if does Planned Parenthood have any baby chopping butcher shops in eastern Oklahoma?
Well, that's a great question. We'll have to find that one out.
Because these two godly tribal leaders need to shut them down. Use your authority and shut them down. God will back you. This is amazing. We're witnessing. I don't even know what to describe what's happening in this country right now. Is the nation being dismantled? Or is God bringing justice? because of slavery. Slavery was the two great, well, three, this nation of America, three great sins. Number one, the treatment of the Native Americans.
Yes.
It was a sin.
Yes.
A great sin. Number two, slavery of Africans. And number three, the abortion of tens of millions of babies. Those are the three great sins of the.
And this hunky boy, it took you forever, donkey hunky. It took him forever to say that. No, we want to hear. Keep telling the truth. You're almost there. When you tell the world who God's chosen people are, then you have completed your mission. But I don't know what he's going to say after this. You guys are watching it fresh with me. I'm telling you, we're doing this together. Okay? We're doing this together. And just so you know, knowledge is power. Okay? And I want you to hear how your false, Gentile, fake priest, wannabe priesthood, talk. They know the sin. And they know that they are only in love with the thought of being drafted in. They know they have no intentions on blessing Israel. That is the saddest thing when the word is yet to learn. But they play church. The most dangerous thing you could do in the whole entire world. What they have done, I'm telling you, it is abominable, to say the least. And the reason why I will drill this in, because I love my people so much that I'm not going to be naive and say, oh, this is not a plague. The plague is this: you lack knowledge. That is a plague. So those who cannot see this truth, you're not covered. The ones who reject this knowledge, you are not covered. You're easily led astray. You have been led into slaughterhouse. And the hospitals are not your fancy old Gilligan, island with a freaking Gilligan coming to cut. They're gonna do it in fashion, honey. That's how it's being done. Okay? And take it or leave it. It's not for you to do anything with it, but just don't get caught. That's why I share this. Because I'm like so shadow banned too. On top of that, that's why I'm everywhere. Me, grow a channel, they will never let me. A person like me, they will not. They know that they can't stop me from going viral. If I really wanted to go viral, I can actually be like so viral. But viral for what? Unless you're doing what Grandmaster's doing, you want to be viral for shit like that. You want to be viral for, standing up righteous in these latter days. To be just viral, doing the most, is just crazy. It's hideous. I've been done. I've been over it. And I've done it. When I have my moments, I'm on other people's platforms. Exposing the pedophiles. Excuse me, the pedophiles, the Democrats, and all of them. And right now, even the Republicans, when they telling the story in their cues and their cue crumbs, I always let them know that's your motherfucking ancestors. Fuck you and fuck them. There's no left, there's no right. You come from that. That's all you. And they don't want you to talk about your history, because your history is the original sin. They don't want you to know your history because it's the original sin. So when I say let's take it back to the original sin, see, they're gonna. The original sin is so severe that they going straight to the lake of fire. When I say that, I mean literally. They know their heaven is over here on earth. And the slaves will be destroyed with these heathens, pagan beasts of the field. because they're just like them. They love everything. They love their holidays. They love everything about them. Even still now in 2020, you know, still trying to celebrate Christmas. And you know what? Oh shit. Let me tell you, the plague is you. You're the plague. You're the virus. If you still believe that some white Jesus, Caesar Borgia, is coming to save you, you are the problem. You are the infestation. You are, oh man, oh my goodness, and I can't stress this enough. I just cannot stress this enough. I'm not rolling around here calling nobody my fam. I'm not rolling around here trying to start no motherfucking video. No. I'm letting you know, you gonna win. You better win for your soul. You better fight for your spirit. You better fight for your spirit. I'm not here, that all that fam shit. I'm not trying to make nobody comfortable. Everything we do in these latter days is urgent. Them motherfucking Dr. Feel Good days is over. Fucking make me feel good. Talk a good word. I went to church. I had a good word. Ooh, church was good. I love that scripture. Get the fuck on. You know. And meanwhile, they don't understand half of how the transgression of the laws have been so transgressed. It's so crucial. You are zapped. You are a dead man walking and you don't even know it. You tell me about your fruits and I will. My goodness. And these damn these gay folks, they love that. I'm telling you, they love them some Jesus now all of a sudden, because as long as they can get in there and feel like they belong, make them feel like that shit is normal. They don't care. They gonna love. They gonna. But back to what I was saying when it came to that, to the gay community, and and they're very smart, very intelligent. The young man, okay, was speaking, though as if he was so intelligent, but he always had his butts. And it went like this. Yeah, I'm black. Yeah, I could fight for black. This, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, I'm still a gay man. And, you know, they're not fighting for us. We our own community. You know. So they, like I said, when I said they were the last of the abomination to be colonized, I mean I literally meant that shit. And the only ones that can change that is them within themselves, because time for them is, it doesn't even exist anymore. I mean, even now, you try to tell them to be black, and they want to hijack your shit, and they want to take it up and put it up somebody's ass. You know, they just don't fucking get it. Anything you have, they want to take that and go and rape somebody's ass with it, because they just don't fucking get it. You know, it's pathetic. It's sickening. They don't get it. You know, they hit it shit. You know, and for me, it's nasty. It's perverted. You know, half of the shit they do on record, and these latter days, and these pizza gate little restaurants and pizzerias and all these fucking spirit cooking eating motherfuckers, children raping people motherfuckers. That's what they're telling you. All that shit come with that. You know, that's why I don't do politics. You understand me? I don't play with these celebrities. I don't play with none of these. Look, I don't. I'm good. I'm good. Trust me. I done been in front of so many of them motherfuckers. I would never treat them like they're better than me. One thing I learned from them is they fucking messed up the planet with 440 hertz. They turned generations inside out with their garbage ass motherfucking 440 hertz. You understand? Understand. Please understand. That our children are suffering of the frequency of their low vibration ass motherfucking thun ass motherfucking 440 hertz garbage ass music. That's what we dealing with. That's why a pandemic is very good in such a time right now. You either gonna wake up or you gonna walk right into a slaughter. Stupid. So yes, it is your plague. And if you run around here talking about you love your Jesus, there go your slaughter. Slaughter, slice. So some of y'all motherfuckers is unsavable. Even if we did go on strike. That is the plague. Period. If I feel like I know they don't have the right to kill you. They gonna have to pay for that. One way or another. But it seems like only the people that are not, meant to go past a certain level in the next stage, they just bye-bye. Bye-bye. And you know something? It's probably the ones that are, it's probably the slave, God, please forgive me for saying this, but the folks that are dying, they love that white Jesus. Imagine that, dying like that, loving that hunky shit. No integrity, no due diligence, no nothing. And then imagine coming out of that to go right into the streets of the Israelites and their stupidness on top of that. When you think these pastors can't be sold out, and then when you turn to the left, you would think they look like they're waking up. These damn fools. They be looking like they're fucking awake. And they got that damn Nephilim out there doing the most, going from state to state. They so ill, nasty. Camps after camps. At some point, these camps they're gonna be abandoned. And they're gonna have to make a choice. Do you choose the heathen, slavery, or you choose to be free? Period. Because it doesn't matter what, if you worship an idol, whether it's black or white, you're not supposed to worship the idol. You're supposed to be reading your word for real. And that shit is mind blowing because that shit be kicking ass. That's why you read it right. Read it right. It is a stone. It's a stone, alright. That word will cut your ass up. It will shame your ass when you really read it right. I don't care if they say, well, this word ain't real. No, you ain't reading it right. And even if the white man did whatever the fuck the white man did to it, even when I read that shit, I hear the Most High speaking. They clown your asses, and we've been clowned for so long. But if you still haven't awakened, and even if whatever the case may be, you will never get the truth. But just by even reading that, in context, you will feel the shaking through your bones. And that's all I gotta say. Because if you can't crack that Bible that's sitting in your living room, that's been catching dust, probably done been passed through generation to generation. If you haven't already cracked that shit yet, you're not going to be able to crack none of the other books. So you better crack the Southern book, slave book first, then move briefly to the Northern Kingdom Bible, which would be the Mormon, and do that with cautious. Because you might that book right there will have your ass going right back into Jesus mode. They're dangerous. They are dangerous. So when you reading that shit, you got to learn how to brainstorm. So when you get to that, then you're going to go into the book of Enoch. Make sure you get the real one, like they say. But even though the word speaks, every last word, and because it was added and it was deleted, oh, there's a big, that right there led the whole world straight. Talk about abomination, abominable, transgression of the Lord. Most people that's saying, oh, Lord, did not cast out demons in your name. Lord, did not cast out. He will say, no, remove yourself, for I never knew you. Because you live a lawless life. The lawless life means you don't keep your laws, statutes, and commandments. I don't know what y'all be thinking out here. And And when Job was being tested, Job kept his commandments no matter what he went through. No matter what he went through. You better read that word right. And of course they gave you that hunky ass other Jesus. Because that's what everybody been praying for a long time. Oh my goodness, man. The other day, a couple of weeks ago, last week, where I was, my other crib, there was a Jesus picture on the wall. I took it down. I was so over that shit. I said, throw this fucking shit out. Don't play with me. Okay? I'm not fucking playing. Shorty behold, that shit was on the wall the next day. I thought I was going to lose my mind. I said, what the fuck is this? Who that? What hunky is this? Nasty ass looking shit. Make me want to fucking throw up. You got that shit all pretty on the wall. The wood is pretty. I like the piece of wood, but the picture got to go. See? Gotta learn how to fucking brainstorm. You know what I'm saying? The shit that's worth keeping, they don't keep. The shit that's not worth keeping, they keep. It's crazy. So we've been set up to be like living some kind of type of dumbass illusion, and meanwhile, they just building around us. Everything, the King Alfred, military, SWATs, all kinds of types of shit for us. And we live in a fantasy. I told my friend from Nigeria, my little brother, I said, you're always looking up. That's the problem with Africans. They're always looking up. I said, you need to start looking down. You need to start looking down. You know why? I don't know why the fuck you ain't found no diamonds yet. How can you be in the richest land, the richest continent, but you ain't found a diamond yet? And he said, you right. I said, you want me to tell you why you ain't found a fucking diamond yet? Because you too busy staring at the sky. And a Chinese man robbing all your fucking diamonds. See? That's the problem with religion. That's where we went wrong. While you was in the motherfucking church, praying on your knees to that white man, you was giving him all this power to even get to this level. See, and now that we denouncing this shit, they're falling apart. They don't have nothing to run their campaigns on. Not freedom of religion, not the war, not the this, not the that. They don't got shit. They can't stand with each other anymore. They have officially become divided. As Isaiah 14 stated that they would. The staff has already they already falling apart. Satan is divided. And a divided house cannot stand. They can't go white. I mean, they had their white supremacy. Imagine black supremacy on a rise. Because that's the only way to survive. How the fuck? And they come to find out they want to try to act like they're going to come for Grandmaster. Like, and you know what? I fucks with him. Not because of all that shit. Just because he fight. He real. He real. He fight. He know what he fighting for. It's one thing when you fucking recognize your motherfucking enemy. And it's another thing. And they trying to fucking paint him as some little people do not understand what the fuck had just took place. When that man walked down the motherfucking blocks with guns in their hands with thousands of black people armed. You don't understand that shit. And still walking. And got motherfuckers thinking twice. That's why I'm screaming what I'm screaming. It's time to post up at these motherfucking hospitals. Without a hospital, they don't have a morgue. What they gonna do? Kill people in the street, dead bodies everywhere? Let's see how real this shit is. If we shut the hospitals down, let's see how real this shit will be. Because we know Bill Gates just want to kill us. So, we already know our enemy. I don't know what the fuck we waiting for. Bill Gates, Bilderbergs, 1%, da-da-da. Cause they money Just because the only thing that their money has ever done for them is buy them an army. Only reason why America's so great is because of the army. Our brothers and sisters. Fuck out of here. Without us, they're nothing. Without us, they're nothing. Who the fuck are they without us? If we want, we can hijack them right now, as we should. And it can be done. Because we need to come together and abolish them. That's how that should go. Military, you need to stop being their gatekeepers. Any motherfucking time I speak, I always talk to y'all. Especially y'all. Because don't think for once that you better not even dare fix your motherfucking face to go up against anything. And I speak to black and Hispanic in the motherfucking military. I don't give a fuck if you active. Because you know damn well they don't deserve us. They don't fucking deserve us. Not to mention this fight is against you. All black. %60 of their army is us. Don't fucking get it twisted. And we need each other. Because their little fucking shadow government, little fucking UN, little army, even that's about to fall apart. Because when black all around the world come together, that's just the way it's going to be. And whoever black don't want to be a part of it, you just going to get smiting right along with your masters. Your masters from hell. And I'm speaking what I'm seeing. Don't think that that Rick Wiles, the white fake ass wannabe priesthood Gentile ass preacher is the only one who could see shit and have these honkies going. You feel me? Because we in these latter days have the power. When it comes to seeing shit before it happens. When it comes to the spirit being pulled out on you, sons and daughters. They don't have this power. They don't have the real protection. We make them. I'm gonna tell you like that. We motherfucking make them. Without us, they're nothing. Without us, they're nothing. And they scared of a race war. Because they know, truthfully, they really are outnumbered. If it came down to a race war, that would automatically split the army up. And you know something? That's when China come in rubbing his hands. Right along with Putin. Thinking they're gonna come in. Take motherfuckers. You could take these fucking honkies into captivity. That's for sure. You could have them bitches. Drag them motherfuckers to the nitty gritty. You can have them bitches, China. You can take them back to China with you. Yup. Period. That's your girl to talk with China. And the reason why I say the shit that I say, because I can. Because I got the fucking knowledge to say it. I got the... you know, we out here, you know, and we need to be in spirit and in truth. We need to be true to ourselves. Because in the end, we are responsible, every man for themselves when it comes to your spirit, your mind, your body, your heart, your soul. Ain't nobody responsible for that. Those pieces of your body more than you. That's yours. That's your property. It doesn't belong to the government. It doesn't belong coming out this system. Okay? Technically, you know, that's just the outer feeling. You know, the outer face that they use. Okay, in this matrix. But you don't belong to that. You don't belong to none of them. You don't belong to the system. You don't have to answer to them. And this is the captivity that we're coming out of. And if you're not thinking like this, I don't know what else to tell you. You got issues. You got issues if you're not thinking that you don't want to be free. And the one thing I ask the white people, let me tell you something, white people. Some of y'all, y'all will never get it. And then the next generation, the next little white generation, I'm almost sure, and like the next, like the people, it's gonna be something about the younger generation that they're gonna fight for the chosen people, you know, and all those who have a heart for the Most High, they're gonna begin to drift away from this bullshit. When they start getting exposed and they start feeling ashamed, there's gonna be some of them, the strangers, that are gonna be able to repent and denounce. Okay, and denounce, because it's not their fault neither. It's their fault, but it ain't their fault. It is an indoctrination that has been embedded on us since the beginning. If you read the books of Jubilee, you will see that this book was written many long time ago, and everything that's happening, what this one specific part, okay, the scheme and the will of the Most High, that was in the Most High did all of this for His sake, because in the outcome of all of this, and the next, how can I say it? You will have a seal on your forehead. They will no one will ever be able to steal your identity ever again, like how they did now. See, this is how serious this stuff is. They stole an identity that did not belong to them, but it was a part of the Most High Yah's plan. And everyone is so, focused on the curses. We need to focus on the blessings. I always say that. The blessings is everything. And in order to get to those blessings, you have to be in spirit and in truth. And you can't be out here preaching this crazy false indoctrination. You cannot be misleading the Most High Yah's children. The children of Israel have been led astray for so long that they are constantly worshiping some statue that has been around forever. But them days are coming to an end. As you can see, the Most High has no time and no more playing games with these false indoctrinations. You know, false indoctrination? People love false indoctrination. They turn from sound doctrine. That is the truth. They turn from false indoctrination to the truth now. But then you got so many parasites in your way and in your face, trying to preach this, trying to preach that. Everybody want to sit there and watch a video. I highly recommend that you go and do simple. No, I don't do simple. I always tell you, I don't play with simple people. Simple people are double-minded. They're dangerous. But when it comes to like some simple ass learning, like how I'm doing right now, I love clicking on shit. I'm nosy like that. I love reading. I love reading. You'd be surprised what one thing can take you to. Take this will keep going and going and going. I mean, it be little shit. You know what I'm saying? You can even go as far as like as trying to learn your history. And if you notice, there's nothing but scriptures in it. You know, they gotta tell you the truth somewhere down the line. You know, they'll put a white face there, but that's the only thing that's different. You know, you got some amazing stories in here that can put a puzzle together. You know, for you. You know, you gotta this Nimrod and the king of all that. That's where it all went wrong. You know, with this nation right here. You know, when they went and they started doing whatever they were doing. You know, started selling the land to Saudi Arabia and different things like that. You know, worshiping idols, worshiping wood and stone. You know, why did all this happen? Because of wood and stone. Then you go and you turn around and you hear somebody like Pharaoh King, like this.
Last time from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man. And you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man. So, Mr. Dershowitz, if you bring the vaccine and say you're going to bring your army to force us to take it, once you try to force us, that's a declaration of war on all of us. You only have this one life. Fight like hell to keep it, and fight like hell to destroy those whose heart and mind is to destroy you and take your life from you. So yes, quit the police force, because the day of partying in the black community is over. Using our women for playthings, taking our young people, feeding them guns and drugs. And you are such a silly young man. You are out there killing one another. 18 in one day in Chicago. Do you think that you will escape the wrath of God? This is the last time that you will hear me for a while. This is the last time that you will hear me for a while, because you've treated me like a lovely song. We love to hear you sing, Farrakhan, but you won't do what I ask you to do. So I'm telling you that when you don't see me anymore, I'm fulfilling the Quran. I will not chastise them while you were among them. Once he takes me away from you, by whatever means he uses, death and destruction will come down on America and the world. China, you cannot escape. You're powerful, you're strong, but you're mistreating the Muslims. They are not your enemy. The way you think is becoming your enemy. You can't be a tyrant and live today. People are rising against all tyrants. So be careful, Mr. G. You may have a presidency for life in China, but be careful, because you are not the master of life. I represent the master of life. And when he gets tired of you, he will end your life. Same with you, Mr. Trump.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. The Jewish rabbis came to my home. Don't cut me off. I'm not lying.
Yes, sir.
Cut off the liar.
That's right.
Who lies with every breath.
Yes, sir.
Don't cut me off.
That's right.
One great rabbi said to me, it's not for you to criticize us. That's for me to do. In other words, nigger. He didn't call me that. But telling me at my dinner table that I don't have a right to criticize him. I don't come for you asking you for for authority.
That's right.
You didn't authorize me.
No, sir.
I'm authorized by a power bigger than all of you. So he told me,
Yes, sir.
deliver the message.
Go ahead.
And if you do it not, you are not delivering the message. But if you do it, surely I will protect you from men.
That's right.
I have authority to say what I'm saying. So don't talk about here you're going to be president for life. You might be, but your life may be in the balance. So don't take their vaccines.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There are 14 therapies that are in the world today that we can use to fight against the COVID virus. America, you won't solve it.
Right.
The scientists of the world, you won't solve it. Guess what? I want to tell you what will solve it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
This virus is a pestilence from heaven.
Yes, sir.
So scholarship from hell can't deal with a pestilence that came from heaven.
Yes, sir.
But if you want to stop it, you have to go to heaven.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you fly over this land, you will see greenery. You'll see beans growing. You'll see corn growing. You'll see all kinds of vegetation growing. We don't ask God, will He give us rain?
Come on.
He gives us rain.
Yes, sir.
You that are farmers, reestablish your connection to the Creator, and you won't feel the pangs of drought unless you are of those deserving of it.
Yes, sir.
There has to be a natural connection between heaven and earth.
Yes, sir.
And once that connection is broken, heaven does not suffer.
Right.
It's the earth that suffers. America, you took prayer out of the school. You can't redeem the school unless you redeem it with the true scholarship that should always be present in any house of learning. It's the God of knowledge. We are sitting in the midst of pure truth. Everything that God created is truth.
Yes, sir.
And in everything that he created is a lesson. So we're in a book if we would learn.
Yes, sir.
So, if you really want to end the virus, Mr. G, recall your sins. Don't tell me presidents don't have sin. Go and list. Go in your chamber and look at your record. Have you sinned? Is there anyone in here that has not sinned?
No, sir.
Raise your hand. Oh, I didn't see nobody.
No, sir.
I can't say that I have not sinned, but I can say with truth that God has taken care of my sins. The scripture says, pray to me and I will forgive you. The God will forgive you. When I leave, he said, he will not punish you while I'm among you, but he won't punish you if you're in the middle of repentance.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.